and support in Indian Wells. Look at this. I mean, this was in Australia. Court 6 literally had a line. I know I'm exaggerating, but it went for miles at the Aussie. It was wild scenes there. Ali, can you remember a women's star who gets this type of support wherever she goes?
Yeah, well, Taylor Swift? I mean...
Yeah.
I'll say this up front. Nobody expected this. A European sky covered in the name of an individual. Tay, drones, and a diamond ring, literally. But before we talk about any of that, I would like to take a moment to thank you. Tennis just hit 5,000 subscribers. Since this one is everything, there really isn't a better way to celebrate than with a story that seems like it was straight out of a movie. Reports state that 20-year-old Philippine tennis star Alexandra Eala, who has been dominating the professional circuit, just got engaged. Because of how everything happened, I need you to sit down. There has been a lot of activity on the internet for days. What we currently know is as follows. Details from people in her intimate circle are still emerging, though. Somewhere in Europe, Alex was at last breathing. She was just relaxed, enjoying a nice dinner at a fancy restaurant after weeks of relentless competition, carrying the weight of a nation's hope across continents, even if the exact location was being kept very secret. With its panoramic views, vintage charm, and distinct atmosphere, it's the kind of place where time appears to slow down. For one night, she was not a world-ranked competitor. She wasn't the face of a sports revolution back home. She was just a young woman in love, grinning in the eyes of Europe. Nobody in the restaurant had any idea that the evening would soon become a memorable one. It started off as a quiet sound that was almost easy to dismiss as background noise. But as time passed, the warm night air was filled with a constant low hum. The conversation began. As guests stood, heads turned skyward. The chairs scraped back. They appeared after the phones went up. From the shadows, a swarm of illuminated drones raced across the sky. Dozens of them, not just a handful, were moving in incredible synchrony, swirling and shifting like the last scene of a film. The crowd fell hushed as those brilliant lights slowly and deliberately aligned into a message that stretched across the heavens. Eala, I love you so much. For a moment, the entire sky became a message of love. Its size is almost unfathomable. Arranging such a secret event in a distant country for one of Asia's most well-known young athletes. Whoever planned the romantic dinner turned it into a full-fledged cinematic extravaganza. Additionally, they were well aware of Alexandra's identity, because you are aware that she never makes concessions on the court if you know her at all. She deserved an equally intense moment. Witnesses claim that Alex responded right away and without hesitation. Both hands reached for her mouth. Her cold, focused eyes were the same ones that have wept tears while staring down elite athletes without flinching. She shifted her focus from the bright message in the sky to the man sitting across from her, who had the calmest, most restrained smile. He knew. Then it got even better, hovering like something from a fairy tale just over them. One drone detached itself from the formation and descended gracefully and softly in the direction of their table. It comes with a small velvet box. The diner was completely silent. Everybody in the room was holding their breath. Her companion stood up. He let go of the drone box. As it climbed again to rejoin the lights above, he dropped to one knee. He opened the parcel. A diamond ring collected the ambient light and scattered it in every direction. Then he asked about the 5 words that were crucial. I find it astounding that everything occurred simultaneously. In the days before the proposal, Alex had left Dubai and posted an emotional message on Instagram. She concluded by saying that, looking back, it seemed to have been about much more than just tennis. It seemed at the time to be an athlete's homage to her sport after considering 3 weeks of competition and the privilege of performing in front of enthusiastic audiences. It appears to be foreshadowing now. To understand why this moment is so important beyond just being a beautiful love story, you must understand Alex Eala's significance to the Philippines. Basketball has dominated this country's sports conversation for a long time. Tennis was only played in the background for a very long time. However, Alex altered that. She was not merely the victor of a match. She made space. She altered the country's perception of tennis. She showed the world that a young Filipino athlete could compete and defeat the best with just courage, self-control, and faith. For Filipinos living abroad in the Middle East, Europe, and Southeast Asia, her matches represent more than just athletic events. They are gatherings to witness her live performance. Many people change their rigorous work schedules. Students secretly update their scores on their phones during class. Grandparents who were not really interested in tennis are now asking their grandchildren to explain what a tiebreak is. On her social media pages, followers from all around the world have posted prayers, Philippine flags, and wishes in Tagalog, English, and Kapampangan. Her influence goes beyond fandom. This phenomenon is known as collective effacence by psychologists. When millions of people feel like they belong to something bigger than themselves, it creates an almost magical sense of unity. When Filipinos watch them play on the court, they see Alex's perseverance and quiet resolve in the face of hardship. She stands for steadfast quality and discipline over drama in a noisy environment. Analyze the past. Top athletes who experience genuine love and emotional stability almost invariably perform better rather than worse. The endless travel, the hotel rooms, the loneliness of life on tour, and the crushing pressure of national expectations all become easier to deal with when you have a true anchor at home. A loving partner is not the source of distraction. It results in clarity. This could be the undiscovered benefit that helps Alex, in particular, move from the top 30's fringe into the real top 10 conversation. She already has everything you need to be an elite. A strong forehand that just needs one hit to score points. A strategic mind with a far deeper understanding of court geometry than her years. Instincts for defense against opponents who think they've already won a point. And during her adolescence, she gained a mental toughness through fierce competition, staring across the night sky at the unmistakable glow of someone whose name had just been scrawled by the person she loved. The rest of the WTA Tour should pay close attention. The outlook for the 2026 season is really exciting. With a career-high rating of 31 and rising, Alex has outlived the epithet dangerous dark horse. Opponents are beginning to consciously consider her as a player when they see her name in a draw. Soon, the clay swing will be delivered. The grass season, the hardcourt summer, and yet another Grand Slam run. The claim that she has the skill, tactical intelligence, mental toughness, and now emotional base to really contend for a place in the top 20 globally is getting stronger every week. Think about the whole arc of this adventure for a moment. A young girl from the Philippines, a tennis racket, and impossible objectives. She then attended the Rafa Nadal Academy, won a junior Grand Slam, made history as a finalist, appeared in main draws at the biggest sporting events, and is currently rated in the top 35 with a diamond ring on her finger. Every chapter is written with sincerity, intense rivalry, and a compassion for her followers that is incredibly rare in this level of competition. This is not just a story about tennis. Now, it's a true story about a young woman whose dedication and selflessness transcend anything a rating board can portray. It's a tale of love. She is producing something genuinely amazing both on and off the court here at Cordiva Tennis as we celebrate 5,000 of you joining our community. We want to express our sincere congratulations to Alex and her fiancé. I hope your life together is as exciting as a Grand Slam championship match, as resilient as a 5-set comeback, as joyful as a championship point, and as dazzling as the European sky lit up in your honor. I'd like to hear from you right now. What were your thoughts on the suggested drone? Did you think it was amazing? Or did you see that something similar was quietly emerging in her life? Her chances at the French Open and her clay campaign are legitimate, in my opinion. Please let us know what you think this new chapter will mean for her on the WTA Tour for the rest of 2026. Every single comment matters. Every subscriber helps to keep stories like this one going. In all honesty, how could this one not evoke every emotion in you? Greetings from the family. Click, like, and comment. The story is continually evolving. Considering where she has been,